The quote, "You can't improve what you don't measure," often attributed to Peter Drucker, might be one of the most important sayings to remember when it comes to hitting your weight loss goals. Essentially, he meant that you can't know whether you are hitting or missing your goals if they aren't clearly detailed and tracked. We need detailed goals to orientate ourselves better and properly evaluate our progress along the way. In addition, clearly identifying why a certain goal is worth achieving and giving yourself a deadline is also very helpful motivationally. So, how do we set weight loss goals correctly? Today, we'll run through how to do it. But first, as always, please take note of our disclaimer. First off, to elaborate, defining goals in detail is important concerning motivation because it gives you nice things to run towards, like feelings of accomplishment, self-improvement towards what you're trying to get better at, and better self-efficacy toward more difficult goals further down the line. What's more is that being clear with your intentions by setting specific goals also gives you something to run away from too, like the chance of failure. You'd be surprised just how often people keep goals vague to circumvent that possibility. In relation to weight loss, one common way people will do this is by making the number they want to reach on the scale clear, but keeping how they intend to do that and when they'd like to reach it unclear. People will say, "I want to lose 10 pounds," rather than "I want to lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks to improve my health by making sure I'm in a caloric deficit daily," as a basic example. As a result, a year down the line, the person may have only achieved a fraction of their desired weight loss, but still not failed in their eyes since the goal is still ongoing. They never had a deadline and didn't go further to specify any habits to facilitate that weight loss that needed to be improved. As such, they can't be held responsible by themselves or anyone else for coming up short. But at the end of the day, that's really to their detriment. Indeed, we all know failure sucks. To say it can be an unpleasant experience is an understatement. Nonetheless, with it at the same time comes the ability to recognize where we're making mistakes and from that, an opportunity for growth. So the next time we re-attempt the goal, we'll know what we need to do. Therefore, we should change our perception of failure rather than trying to avoid it. Okay, so how do we set weight loss goals? Well, we do it with a SMART goal. But rather than having one SMART goal for our end goal body weight, we want to have various incremental ones on the way to it. For instance, for someone looking to lose 100 pounds, they'd want to set a goal to lose, say, 10 pounds first. This is much less overwhelming and helps us stay on track and keep motivated. Here is an example of what a first incremental SMART goal towards your ideal body weight might look like. This SMART goal contains just one thing to work on as a simple example, calorie counting, but feel free to work on even two habits simultaneously. But just to note that we only recommend calorie counting in the initial stage to get accustomed to certain foods, and not long term as it might lead someone to develop an unhealthy relationship with food. Moreover, when it comes to the specific part of a SMART goal, it's helpful to get even more detail about each habit you wish to attain, with the 5 W's and 1 H. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Using a different habit as an example this time, here are some important questions you should ask yourself about what meal prepping may look like. Who may you need support from to meal prep successfully? What will you make? What equipment will you need? What ingredients will you need to buy? When are you going to fit time into your schedule to do it? Where will you store the prep meals? Why is meal prepping going to help you with your weight? And how many days are you going to prep for? How often will you do it? And how are you going to make a certain recipe? Get the idea? Once this first incremental goal is complete, you might then set the next goal to lose another 10 pounds in 10 weeks to improve your health, but this time by working on other habits when you feel that you have the previous ones down. On a quick side note, if you'd like to undertake our evidence-based and results-backed personalized Plato weight management program, please click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video or follow the link in the description. Furthermore, we want to make sure our SMART goal is set at the right difficulty too. We definitely don't want to make it too hard, but at the same time, not too easy either. This chart by Chan et al. In 2019 illustrates perfectly why. To put it into context for weight loss, if you're already great at meal prepping or shopping for healthy food, don't set these as the main habits to work on your first SMART goal because it'll get boring. That's not to say you should not do them, but if you're already great at them, why would you need to focus on improving them? You should already have them down as habits. Instead, shift your efforts to necessary areas. Alternatively, if you're terrible at exercising and have always struggled to get into a routine of it, don't center in on this initially either, as it'll lead to some level of anxiety. It's best to focus on one or two areas where you are doing okay, but not great or poorly. This goes back to making the goal attainable, as SMART goals put it. Be sure to be honest with yourself about what you're good at and what you may need to improve. Then, once you have reached these moderately difficult habits and improved yourself with each one, start taking on goals that are more and more difficult, since your confidence and motivation to complete the goals will increase, as will your skills. Do you have any more advice on setting weight loss goals? We'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So, that has been our lesson. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.